All right, so we here. Hey, LT MOE.
What's happening? What's the word?
Today, doing a little behind the scenes with LT MOE. I'm KIA MUZE, so we're doing an artist on artist interview today. We just want to find out a little bit more about this record, On Chill, that he did with Wale. It's featuring Jeremih. It's out on Warner. It's only been out for about 2 weeks, but it's getting a lot of airplay. It's getting a lot of streams. It's getting a lot of chatter online. People are really feeling the situationship, love, relationship vibe of the record. So I want to find out more about how the track came to be and sort of what inspired Wale to decide to use it to be one of the singles on his album. So we're going to ask you some questions today. Is that all right?
Let's do it.
Right on, right on. Okay, so my first question is, where did you produce the song? Like, did you work in a home studio? Were you in a studio out in LA somewhere? Did you do this back in Atlanta? Like, what's the origin of this record?
Actually, in the dining room. Living room?
Yeah.
Same thing. The dining room, the living room, same thing.
I
did it in the dining room.
Is there a special vibe in the dining room that just makes you feel creative?
Well, in that dining room, it was. I had it. Yeah, I had my setup actually at the dining room table. Like, I just bogarted the table. Nobody could eat.
Oh, no.
Everybody had to sit on the couch and just, figure it out.
They had to get the TV trays out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Put that towel over the lap and the plates was hot. I completely took over the dining room table. It was like laptop, speakers, wires.
Wow.
Empty boxes of equipment that were no longer, empty equipment boxes, music stuff. Yeah, I just had the whole table just cluttered. It was a pure mess.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, everybody hated it.
How long did it take you to build the track?
I wouldn't say it took me long. Maybe to completion, maybe an hour.
Okay.
If that.
Damn, you're fast. That's super fast. What?
Okay. Hey, listen to me. Let these young boys tell it. Well, I remember I took a trip back to Atlanta, and I was in the studio with some young cats. These cats couldn't have been no older than 2021.
Oh wow.
And they played some of their stuff, and they so nonchalant with it, like, yeah, for real. I did that in like 2 minutes. Granted, you know what it sounds like, but
I was gonna say, I don't think I would want to use the record if they, put it together in 2 minutes.
No, the irony in it was it sounded like it took them 2 minutes to do it.
What kind of records are these that they're doing? Is it just like a little trap percussion and a little 808 and like maybe one pad and that's it? Like,
yeah, it's nothing much, and I get the whole 2 minute, 10-minute thing because a lot of them now, they're just using loops.
Yeah,
they really don't
stretch your loop out.
Yeah, it ain't like they like playing nothing on the keyboard or anything like that for the most part. For the most part, I ain't saying everybody ain't playing, but
yeah,
the vast majority of cats, they using loops, and they do this whole thing where they go on the microphone booth. They don't write anything down, and I think they taking the whole like Jay-Z, Biggie Smalls thing like way out of context. Like these were like when Biggie and Jay were doing it, they were like real cohesive thoughts.
Well, yeah, and they had like vocabulary. These cats. Biggie used to love to like flex his, 3 and 4 syllable words and stuff. Like, no, these kids aren't doing that.
Yeah, but they're using the technicality of they're technically not writing whatever it is they did on the mic. They're not writing it down. And it's just like, all right, man, you got it, big dog.
I wish somebody would write something down.
Yeah, it's rough, but that's the era they coming up in. I'm a product of the era I came up in, so they products of the era they coming up in. So I ain't mad at them. I just,
Wow. Okay.
I ain't gonna kill them.
Right. We're not gonna gangbang too much today, because we're here to celebrate the song. So tell me, like, was the Tony loop, is that like the first piece? Was that the building block, or did you have something and you added that to it?
Well, it started out. Well, I'll tell you how it started out. My man K, most of his people call him KK, out of Oakland. He hit me up on the phone, and he was like, "Yo, you should flip this Tony Tone. All I ask of you." And I'm like, "All right, bet." So I went in on it, and after I finished the track, I sent it to him. And he was like, "Man, it's a little bit too R&B-ish for me, or whatever." I'm like, "Man, just send it to your people, see what they say." You know what I'm saying? And the people he was trying to get it with, they actually hit back and said they liked it or whatever, but they never ended up doing anything with it.
Okay.
Or whatnot. But the whole idea came from my man K. If K wouldn't have hit me up and asked me to flip that sample,
you never would have worked with it.
I never would have did it. You know what I'm
saying?
So
he said he thought it sounded too R&B-ish. Like, what did he? I mean, all I ask of you is like a super R&B song. Like it's a get your groove on song. So like, what was his like business case used for a flipped version of that?
You know what? We never found out.
Okay. Lord.
Right. We never found out or whatever. But I mean, like I said, he sent it to his people he was trying to do it for or whatever, and they liked it or whatever. So he left it at that as well. But the whole idea to do it came from him.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that's really like what makes it, pretty sticky, for those of us who really know that song. And even for the young kids who aren't familiar with the, higher learning, never saw it, Tyra Banks in her movie Ingenue role or whatever.
Right.
Even if you're not familiar with that, I think, that little piece of the song, it just really gives it like the mood, at least for me, like it really gives. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I took it and I used the intro, and then I kind of went and replayed. I kind of figured out the chord progressions that Raphael was playing in. I just played the same chord progressions he played with the guitar, played with the piano.
Got it.
And did the drums and came up with the little bass line and all that. And wow. My man Norvay, the A&R at Atlantic, it was his suggestion to put some Raphael's ad-libs in the hook.
Mm-hmm. So initially you didn't have none of their vocals in there?
Outside of the hook. Outside of the hook part, because what I did, I took the hook of the record and I muffled it. I put a filter on it.
Yeah.
So you really couldn't hear the words they were saying, but you just got the melody.
Right.
For the sole purpose of a writer being able to go in and do their own thing and, kind of repurpose it and make it their own or whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
But the little ad-libs you hear in there, that was my man Norvay's idea or whatever.
Okay. It definitely works.
I appreciate it.
So then I guess you talking about Norvay takes us to the next question. How exactly did the song get to Wale?
All right. So there's let me see. There is I want to say a 3-part series to that. So it started out with my guy Tez McClain in Atlanta. He introduced me to his guy Rob out here, which was the assistant for Norvay, the main A&R.
Oh, wow.
So I met Rob, gave Rob the tracks. Rob played the tracks for Norvay. They heard that track, called me in. We sat down, talked about it, and it kind of just went from there.
Wow.
Norvay said, I want to say, he initially said it was going to be for Wale. It wasn't a hook on it or nothing yet. It was just a beat. We hadn't even went in on it yet as far as adding like Raphael's ad-libs and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then, I'd say almost a year after that, he gave me a shout and confirmed like, yo, you got Wale's first single. They were still working on the record as far as on the hook side and all that. And when they finally called me up there to listen to it, Eric Bellinger wrote the hook, and he killed it.
Yeah.
Because originally Chris Brown was supposed to be on the record, but I guess scheduling, I'm going to say, wouldn't permit that.
Okay.
Or whatnot. But it was cold. I actually thought I was listening to Chris Brown when I went up there to listen to the demo.
Also, when you heard the demo, it was Eric on the hook.
Yeah, it was Eric on the hook. Jeremiah hadn't even, I don't know if Jeremiah had been thrown into the basket as far as options for the hook yet. Because they were still talking about Chris Brown or whatnot. But Eric, he sounded just like Chris on the hook.
Mm-hmm. He
yeah,
probably was singing it like Christmas sound if they had Maya. Yeah.
Yeah, he killed it though. Dude killed it.
Jeremiah, I mean, like having him on a feature almost always like is a guarantee. You know, it's just something about like the way he sings.
Yeah, he's a radio fixture too, so
He is.
He's radio, like, period.
100%. And especially on like these little kind of, you know, it's not really a love song, but these little, I guess, little situations, as Wale calls it, like these little situation shit, you know, why can't we get our shit together type songs.
Yeah. Exactly. Because they live in it. I imagine they live in it.
Yeah, no, I would say probably live it with many different people. So they've got a lot of different perspectives.
Oh.
From which to express.
Yeah, the reason for the whole situation. Period. That's the living it I was talking about. Living it up.
That's how we got here in the first place.
Right.
Got to juggle 15 women at once.
Right.
That's hilarious. Not really, but it is.
Right.
So, okay, so then what's life been like, you know, since the record came out?
I say since it hit or whatever. Well, when I say hit, I mean since it came out and, you know, everybody knows the record is out. A couple emails from a couple A&Rs or whatnot requesting beats for the artists they're working with. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just like any other time or whatnot. I would say, though, I know this is going to be my biggest record that I've had out of the singles that I've had throughout my career, if you will.
You think so? Bigger than any of the stuff that you did with like Ludacris or Eminem or any of them folk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because with them, with Chris and M, I didn't have singles with them.
Okay, you had like cuts on the record.
They were just records on the album. They were just album fillers or whatever. They weren't singles, no records, nothing that got pushed or anything like that. But yeah, this would be I would definitely say this would be my biggest record.
That's what's up. Yay! Now, before the record came out, we were, you know, talking about the EP that you were going to like drop for yourself, your own project, and some other stuff. So what's happening with your EP? Are you going to back burner that for the moment because you're, you know, doing all this studio work for other folks, or what's on tap?
I'm still working on it. It's still a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a work in progress. I say I have 2 more tracks to finish.
Okay.
And then I will be ready to release the instrumental album.
Wow. I'm looking forward to the instrumental album.
Now, the instrumental album, it's not going to be nothing like the Wale record. It's going to be some smooth, laid back, de-stress, disconnect from the world, hair blowing in the wind.
Okay, like a little ride out in your car type album.
Yeah, nothing aggressive, nothing abrasive, real smooth, make you feel like you gliding.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for with this or whatever, man. Some recharge music.
Okay, all right. That's quite a promise. Make you feel as though you're gliding.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. When I listen to it, that's what I feel like.
That's how you feel?
I ain't smoked nothing since 2001.
And you still feel like when you hear it, the sober you feels like, ooh. Like,
yeah.
Like I'm gliding.
That's when I know it's right. Whenever I create something as far as for that project, when I feel like that, that's when I know it's right. Like, all right.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gliding listening to this.
That's what's up. Well, I've heard some of it, right? You let me hear like a couple tracks, right?
Yeah, I want to say I sent you 2 of them.
Okay.
I think I sent you.
I thought they were dope.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
But I like pretty much everything you do, so I guess I'm not really like a good critical judge.
No, I appreciate it because I definitely don't like everything I do, but at the same time, I don't send out everything I do. A lot of that stuff stays on the hard drive.
Yeah, that's with most artists. There's a lot of stuff that's on the hard drive that needs to be off the hard drive and out in the world in various contexts. But that's a whole conversation for another day. Okay, so tell me about your hat, this TG hat that you're wearing, please.
Oh yeah, this is a hat from my clothing line.
What's your clothing?
Thrill Gates.
Thrill Gates.
Thrill Gates, and the slogan is "Do it for the thrill." Do I have a sticker over here or something? I thought I had a sticker. Hold on. There you go, right here.
Do it for the thrill. I like that. That's a pretty cool tagline.
Is this showing up?
Oh, the duck.
Yep, that's the logo. That's the
kind of like McScrooge, like McScrooge of the streets.
Yep. I got nothing after that. that's pretty much it.
I love it. Okay.
It really symbolizes anti-establishment. You know what I'm saying?
And what kind of clothing is it? Like, I mean, obviously it's streetwear, but
right now it's just t-shirts, windbreakers, hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few custom pieces that I haven't put into mass production yet, like jumpsuits, track suits, a couple bomber jackets. What else do I have custom? Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I got a couple track suits and a couple bomber jackets that I haven't put in production yet.
Okay. Well, you might need to do the bomber or a bomber or two for the winter months.
Oh no, it's coming. I have a couple of them already made. I just gotta.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I just gotta find somebody to mass duplicate them for me.
Okay. It's hard to even think about it because I'm sitting here. It feels like 100 degrees in the room where I am. Like dying.
Hey, it's hot over here too. I'm sitting up here on the edge of the desert. I promise.
Listen, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's hot where you are, but this humidity right now in Harlem is about to, like I'm about to melt away into like a little puddle. But anyway, okay. Do I have another question for you? Oh yeah, I mean, let's finish up with the Thrill Gates. So I know you have a few custom pieces that you're about to, bring into production, but also talk a little bit about the skateboard pieces.
Oh yeah, damn, wow! I have skateboard decks.
Because they're really
have skateboard decks.
Talk a little bit about some of the people who have used your skateboard decks.
Well, the skaters, it's a couple skaters that I sponsor. My man Chris out of Evansville, Indiana, and my man DC out of Cleveland, Ohio. Actually, DC just hit me up yesterday, like, man, I need a new deck.
Nice.
He goes hard.
Yeah, he be tearing them up.
Yeah, he be snapping them in half. He be going hard. So wow. I'm actually about to get ready to get him a whole little package together by mid-August and send out to him. Get him all the way together. And Chris, my man Chris, was just here. I want to say a week and a half ago. I went and met up with him in Long Beach at a park and got some dope footage of him getting it in with the gear on and all that.
Oh, wow. Cool. So where can we see some of this footage and see all of the stuff that you do have that's currently for sale?
You could catch both of the guys, the skaters, on at Thrill Gates on IG. I have them on the page. In regards to the gear, you can go to www.thrillgates.life and have your natural way. So
.life is the tag.
Yep.
It's not like
.life. Nope. Okay. .life.
.life.
Right, yeah. Life. Thrill Gates for life, buddy.
I love it. That's what's up. Very custom. Okay. Well, is there anything else that you want to share with us on this behind the scenes with LT MOE?
Stream that record. Request that record.
Yes. Yes.
Keep it on repeat.
Add it to
all your devices.
They can still go to iTunes and download. iTunes still exists.
Yep. Go to iTunes. Go crazy on iTunes. Go crazy on all the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Go crazy on your local radio stations.
Yeah, yeah.
I just need everybody to go crazy.
Yeah, we just got to get those streaming numbers up.
I don't even know where they at, actually.
You know, it's hard, and I think because the record hasn't even been out a month yet, so y'all aren't gonna really have any real. I mean, the people who have the data probably aren't releasing it, but you won't have any data within the first month. Yeah.
Right.
But we just keep moving on it. That's all.
Yeah, no, they definitely got a plan. They got a plan. They about to run it.
That's
about to run it all the way up into the fall. I was like, man,
that's good.
That's great for now, especially in today's day and age, because you know records be dead in about a month.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people have a short attention span, so it's like people don't really work a record the way they used to work a record back in the old days.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Back in the olden days, we used to work a record.
Hey, in 2019, 5 years ago was olden days.
Right, it's true.
I'm sure the deep cast attention span is, but I remember hearing about what was a big record back in the day for real? Bone Crusher, Never Scared.
I
remember talking to those folks, and they was like, man, we worked that record for 12 months before it popped.
And then after it popped, you just kept hearing it and hearing it and hearing it. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, in order, I think, for a record really to stick in the consciousness like that and really hit that groundswell, you have to work it for some time. I mean, some things come out and go viral instantly because of some gimmick or whatever the case may be, you know. Like, I wonder what would have happened with that Drake record if, what's the little boy's name that had come up with the little choreography and stuff? The Kiki.
Shiggy.
Shiggy, yeah. Like, if he hadn't have done that with his homegirl or his girlfriend, whoever she was, and made up all the choreography and stuff, I wonder if that record really would have popped off of the album or if it would have been something else, you know?
Right, but yeah, that helped. That definitely contributed to that record's success. I mean, we ain't gonna sit up here and flex about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to make these records last long. That's the name of the game, honestly. Like, people so caught up in the streams, and the streaming is cool, but it takes so much.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get listen, if it's more than one person involved with the creation of the record that's looking to get paid off of that record, the streams are rough.
Yeah, it's very rough.
That's a rough way to get paid. You talking about 4 people on the record, and you know, you cat celebrating 1 million streams. No,
right.
Nobody's quitting that job.
No, Plus, if you got the label, got their hand in there too and stuff, like, no. It's going to take, it definitely takes more than just streams for anybody to be able to buy more than like an In-N-Out burger off of there. You know. And
I went home happy.
So.
Yeah, nah. I'll give me a. Hey, look, avocados like $3 a piece now, so I'll go get about 5 of them. I was like, golly, $3.
I've only been gone from LA a few months. Why are the avocados $3?
I don't know what's going on.
The shortage in the avocado crop?
I don't know. I swear I don't know what happened. I just know I went to the store one day and saw $2.99. I was like, Daddy, $2.99 a pound? I had to look back at that thing, said $2.99 each. I was like, each?
You must have been like at Gelson's or something. Where were you at?
I'm down here where I'm at in Temecula. Like, we have Albertsons, we have Ralph's, Sprouts, Stater Bros, and Vons. Same price across the board.
Really? $2.99 everywhere you went?
$2.99. I could not believe it. I said, boy, let me go over here and get some of these GMO avocados.
Right.
Listen to me, them things was 2 for $5.
Right. You're like, I'll take my chances.
Yeah, I'm like, boy, y'all smoking dope. Think I'm about to pay $3 for
they must have had a shortage in the crop, or something went wrong with the avocados, because I've never seen them that expensive before.
Me either. Messed me up. I got a whole bag of GMO avocados in there right now. About 6 of them.
Good luck.
Yeah, no, we running through them.
Amen.
Oh, sure.
Well, then we're good. Thank you for taking the time to sit down and give us the behind the scenes, behind the curtain peek at a song that's newly released, but on its way, climbing up the charts. This has been really eye-opening. I think it's going to be definitely very helpful for other people who are trying to be in your position. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. and we'll come back for another one very soon.
Oh, I got to shout out my crew, the Dropkix.
Oh, yes.
That's the production team. That's
Okay.
my production team, the Dropkix. So from this Wale record on out, anytime you see my name, you're gonna see the Dropkix.
Dropkix. Right on. Well, we have to definitely give them their props as well. So thank you for mentioning that.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you on the next BTS with LT MOE and the Dropkix.
Absolutely. I'm here. Let's get it.
All right. Right on. See you later.
All right. Yep.